No more picking up rounds, guys, to put on the table of the splitter. Log lifts are now obsolete. Hey guys, it is here, the hopper feeder. This is a piece of equipment that we brought back from New York. I have been wanting one of these for a long time. This is gonna up our production, and it's gonna save on my back not having to lift rounds. All right, we're gonna start at the business end of this, and I'm gonna show you some of the key features of this hopper feeder. Any machine that has a log lift, horizontal, vertical, it don't matter. If you've got two lines to run the piston on your hydraulic lift, take them off, ditch that piston, come over here, and this has a hydraulic motor that runs the feed conveyor on this hopper feeder. There's a quick connect on each line, snapping your two lines to your log lift feature. This is my handle right here that normally would run my log lift. This is now going to run the hopper feeder and bring the rounds to us. All right, this is the other end. They put these bars across here just so that it'll help contain your wood. And you might say, well, why didn't they just put a piece of metal across? Well, I think I figured that out, because if you were to leave this out in the snow and you got a foot of snow in there, you can reverse this conveyor and kick all the snow out. So that's a key feature I liked as well. It's got a jack on the front. It's set up so that you can actually tow this. But I did just notice it has a sticker that says low speed towing only. So yeah, you can probably tow it around town, but I wouldn't go taking it down the highway. And you can take this tongue off if it's in the way we had to fit it in the trailer. And it was still a tight fit, guys. This whole jack handle was sticking out of the trailer for the whole ride home, but it just comes off with some bolts. It wasn't that difficult to do. All right, like any good rugged piece of equipment, look at the channel iron that this thing is built on, you guys. That is rugged. I think that's probably 6-inch. I don't know how thick that channel is. It's a lot bigger than 1/4 inch, I know that, but these bearings on it, any good conveyor system is going to have rugged, greasable bearings. And it's also got this set up on both sides so that you can adjust the tension on the belt. That's going to be pretty easy to do, and it's not something that's going to rust. That looks like aluminum, galvanized, stainless, I'm not sure, but it isn't the type of metal that's going to rust. All right, another important feature that makes this so it will go to any splitter out there, horizontal or vertical, it has these adjustable legs down here. So you can adjust the height just by pulling this pin out, and it's got pre-drill holes all the way down through. So depending on what you're going to hook it up to a splitter, you can change those heights. And also with the jack on the front, you can bring the front down or up. So that's like, I've got it in the highest setting that it'll go to, just because I've got the table for my wood splitter is up a lot higher than most, I believe. All right, enough talking, you guys. Let's get this thing up and running. I'm going to fire up the splitter, get this all working. The conveyor and the fan's already running. Let's make some wood. All right, I've run a couple hopperfuls of wood through this already, you guys. And I mean, the second load, I rounded this thing. I don't think you could have fit another toothpick on there. And this has no problem forwarding this thing full of rounds. One of the, I don't know what you want to call it, adjustments I'm going to have to make to my splitter, and that's why I stopped where I am right now. This round was coming out. If this was to keep coming, it's going to fall off on the back side. My hydraulic motor is right there, and so isn't my exhaust. But I run into this the other day when we were using it, and what I'm going to do, my welding guys looked at it. He's going to weld a plate, probably that comes up to about here, and comes back in at an angle into this hopper. Might even come up a little higher, so that when these come out, it kicks them over here onto the table. I'm not quite so worried about it on that side. I mean, obviously you can't have a 6-foot wide table. That just doesn't make any sense. But on that side, I can see it coming and roll them out of the way where I can't reach on the back side. So maybe with a pickaroon I probably could, but it'll be easier having this plate coming, just maybe come back into it about to here, I think. And it'll just send these right out nice and easy. But isn't this slick, you guys? Oh, no more bending over having to pick up rounds. Oh, and this just made having a log lift obsolete as far as I'm concerned. I mean, why would you want a log lift if you got one of these? Yeah, you do have to have a tractor to put the rounds in it, but hey, this is slick. I'm gonna get back to splitting some more wood. All right, it's hot, but I figured I'd take another break real quick and show you another modification I'm going to have to make on my machine. This brings, the way I dump the rounds in with my rock bucket, it gets a lot of sawdust with it. And because there's about 1.5 inches of space between my log table on my splitter and the conveyor, this stuff just comes out and falls straight down, kind of right up against my engine and my battery, and it really builds up. It doesn't take long because of the way I'm feeding it. with a rock bucket, it gets a lot of sawdust and stuff in there. But we're gonna, the welder guy has already been here and looked at it. He's gonna make a metal plate that's gonna kind of go on right underneath here, and it's gonna go back at an angle to deflect all the sawdust and shavings and sticks kind of back away from the engine and the battery, and then I can just rake it out real quickly. As you can see on the ground here, there's a pile of stuff just from doing a couple cord of wood that I raked out and made on the ground here, but I just figured I'd take a second and show you that. But just one other little thing that we got to add on to make it perfect. All right, wow. This, I'm telling you, this hopper feeder thing, guys, is the way to go. Hands down, I've never used anything like it. I've never seen anything like it either. This is a first, I believe. I've never seen anything like it, but it'll fit to any machine. As long as you get a log lift to run the hydraulics, this here is the future for feeding wood on. I mean, this thing really, it makes log lifts completely obsolete. You don't need a log lift with one of these. I can't thank Matt enough. I mean, wow, this is, Carter Equipment really came through on this one. This is one heck of an idea. It's a game changer in the firewood industry. As far as I'm concerned, it is. You do need a tractor to load it, but anybody that's doing any amount of production on a regular splitter, not a wood processor, this is going to change your world right here. I mean, none of us are getting any younger, and I don't want to work any harder than I absolutely have to. Doing firewood's hard enough, and this just made my world so much better. But another thing Matt had said is he would take anybody that calls that say they saw it on here, he's going to take $500 off the cost of one of these. So don't be afraid to call him. I'm sure Karen will put the information on here somewhere. So I'm going to wrap it up because I got a lot of wood to split because we're way behind. I know, same old, same old. But thanks for watching, you guys, and I hope it was worth the wait to see it. I know it was for me, but we'll catch you on the next one, and we'll probably be using this again. All right, take care, guys. Bye.